Sunday fun day. Welcome everyone to No One Daily Bitcoin Pod. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest technical analysis as Bitcoin continues its bullish momentum, about to recapture price discovery, which is 1093 in play. Let's get it. Also in today's show, besides the latest Bitcoin technical analysis, breaking news, Michael Saylor just posted the infamous Saylor Bitcoin tracker again, which typically implies tomorrow will be another major acquisition announcement from the Giga Chad. We'll also be discussing the Bitcoin price action over the course of the past 16 years on every Mother's Day since the Genesis block, as well as breaking news. Conor McGregor touts Irish Bitcoin reserve and presidential bid. That's right. And Max invited, of course, Conor to link up with the president of El Salvador, Bukele, to discuss adopting an Ireland strategic Bitcoin reserve. Let's freaking go as the game theory continues all around the world. We'll also be discussing Michael Saylor's the 21st century's Warren Buffett, according to your holiness, the high priest himself, Max Kaiser, and also El Salvador continues stacking 7 Bitcoin in the last week, despite the IMF deal. Also, we will be discussing sovereigns are buying billions of dollars worth of the biddy, according to Anthony Scaramucci. We'll also be discussing Jack Dorsey, the Twitter founder, warning to investors, and he explains why Bitcoin is likely to hit $1 million per coin. We'll be breaking all this down for you. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market, all this plus so much more in today's show. And welcome everyone to the live stream. Church is in session. Your boy JV here. I'm going to be preaching the Holy Gospel of Satoshi for the next couple of hours. Happy 11th and happy Mother's Day to all the ladies out there. This is your special day. So this gong strike goes to all the mamas, and make sure you show your mother some extra love on her special day. This gong strike is for you. Let's go, baby. Nothing but continued bullish momentum. You gotta love it. And this is a live stream, tri-stream. I am streaming live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. Let me go ahead and pin the stream to the top of the X profile. You know the routine. All you got to do is comment, quote the stream, repost the stream. I'll repost your repost or comment or quote of the live stream. We hack the algorithm. We orange pill the masses like a blackberry molasses. You already know. So it's officially pinned to the top of the profile. You should see it at the very top. So there you go. Bada boom, I bought a Bitcoin. And again, happy Sunday fun day. Happy Mother's Day. Hopefully it's off to a fantastic start for you and your family. Shout out Sailing, Fishing, Shooting Adventures. Shout out the one and only Bring Facts. Let's go. Short Coin, DNA, Larry Lowe, James Elsey, Bill Graper, Short Coin. And a special shout out to the one and only High Priest, Max Kaiser. Greatly appreciate the repost. As always, I'm very excited for the big meeting with Bukele and McGregor. Shout out Biddy Broski, Sergio. Cop your fresh Bitcoin exclusive caps from our man, bitcoincaps.net, smoking the stogie. Cheers, brother. And shout out Facts, of course. I'm going to start reposting everybody, as all comments and quotes will get reposted in real time. Let's get it.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Happy Sunday, and again, happy Mother's Day to all the incredible mothers out there. Here's a fact. None of us would be alive today if it wasn't for our mothers giving us birth, unless you're Big Mike and you're able to produce children as a biological male, which makes no logical sense, but go figure. Crazy world we're living in, isn't it? But repping New York today, got the Brunson jersey, you already know Serge. Hurry up, JV, in the Carlton dance. JV's espressoed up. Got me a fresh cup here. Hopefully you're enjoying your day and sip some caffeine with your boy. We're going to be covering all the breaking bitty news, especially surrounding Conor McGregor, Ireland, Max Keiser, and Bukele, and Ireland's strategic Bitcoin reserve. And it's ironic, roughly 15 years ago, Max Keiser put out a documentary uncovering the financial fraud going down in Ireland. In fact, I just recently shared that on my X timeline. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure to watch it. It's a 2-part series, and it's very good. Yeah, I mean, welcome, Oracle. Cheers, and happy Mother's Day. I can't express that enough. I know we got some incredible mothers here. Happy family soon. 250, that's what I'm saying, Abel. Welcome to the live stream and the rest of the fam. Make some noise. Shout out Chandy10. And it is 4:10 on May 11th. And you already know at 10 and 11, that's a blackjack, baby. So let's get it. So yeah, exciting times. How many of you were on my pump watch last night? We kicked it off at 11 p.m. I let it run for 12 hours. We stopped it today, and let's look at the high in the past 24 hours. Still 105. The exact price action is 104.997. Let me know if you're on the live stream. I was live. We also did like a fight companion. I was watching the UFC fights last night, which were pretty lit as well. So I had a good time. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And cheers to many more pump watches to come as the bullish momentum is returned here in Q2 2025. I also got me some ginger, one of my favorite drinks, the lemon ginger pineapple. This is how we hack the matrix. Thanks, JV and Shorty. You're very welcome. I just heard a prediction of just 140 for the biddy this bull run. Extremely bearish, in my humble opinion. My bear scenario is 222. Just to put that into perspective, a bull scenario, 1.1 million in play. We take that sexy 11, we put a decimal right in the middle. Game on. Flame on sight. Daughter won her soccer game earlier. Congrats to you and your daughter there, Fax. She got 2 consecutive goals. Final score 12-2. That's like a destructive, decisive, triumphant victory. So congratulations is in order. This gong strike is for your little one. I was live until midnight. I would have watched the fight, but I had to go to sleep for church. Completely understood. You wouldn't be here for church this morning with JV and the Nippinator if you stayed up all night. Yeah, I was up to like 2 a.m. because the fights are always late night. That's just how they are with the UFC. Saturday fight night, pretty typical. There he is. Again, shout out Max Keiser, the OG himself, the legend. I'm very excited for the meetup with Bukele, Max, and McGregor. That's going to be amazing. Shout out Captain Milo, the best live crypto news on the planet. Holds no barred. CNA, news rocks. Respect, brother. Just hit you with a repost. DBM Academy, huge times ahead. Tariff deals M2 and a Max Ireland. Send it, baby. That's right. We're going to provide hope for the people of Ireland. New York, Jersey today. Go Knicks and go Biddy to the moon. Shout out Jeff Curry. That's right. I'm supporting the Knickerbockers. Is it game 4 going to be today in Madison Square Garden against the Celtics? Should be fire. But anyways, again, welcome everybody. I'm going to start sipping on some espresso. We're going to play a little bit of the Bitcoin swagger, and then we'll kick off the show. Don't forget to hit the repost. It's free to do so.
So chillin' hot with my Bitcoin.
You feel that?
Swagger from the Biddy stack. It goes up, up, up. Bitcoin goes.
It goes doing, doing, doing.
It's a thrill ride. A stack deck built so right. Gonna bust out of the firmament. Beyond the water-filled sky.
Trust this, don't wear a nail on your forehead with an opportunity miss. Bitcoin thrust, fiat rust, stamp your future instead.
So yeah, shout out all the Bitcoin mamas. If you are a Bitcoin mama, put a 1 in the live chat so I can wish you personally a happy Mother's Day. It's this is your one day of the year, so take advantage of it. And happy May 11th, everybody. We're about to kick off the show. Just reposting everyone. Appreciate all the love, Biddy Broskies, Biddy Baddies. Iris, cheers. Just hit you with a repost. Got the stogie, baby. That's what's up, Serge. Enjoy the stogie, and I'm about to repost right now. Shout out bitcoincaps.net. This is one of the new featured caps you'll find on the website. So shout out to Sergio for always hooking it up. And but yeah, without further ado, let's kick off the show, shall we? If you're new to the channel, it's very important. You smash the likes, subscribe. It's free. We're the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Then ring the bell, turn on all notifications. That way you get notified each and every day when I go live. And you can enjoy these gong strikes just like this. Today is pod episode number 1989. I'm your host, JV. Happy Mother's Day, May 11th, 2025. Let's kick off the stream with our market watch as we do each and every day, pulling up Coin 360. You should be able to see here shortly. We got Bitcoin still in the green, which is nice considering it's the weekend. Just maintaining over the weekend is a good sign. I think when the legacy markets open tomorrow, or potentially even this evening when the Asian markets open, I think next leg up in play, new all-time highs. Mark my words, and Nipponator indicator in full effect. We also have Ether trading above 2,500. Ether hasn't seen such bullish price action in 32 years. I may be exaggerating just a little. XRP correcting, but the majority of the cryptos currently pumping and in the green. Checking out coinmarketcap.com. The current crypto market cap sits at $3.33 trillion. The Bitcoin market cap almost 2.1 trillion, back on the rise. We love to see that. We have 138 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours, up virtually 16% on the day as the Bitcoin dominance leveled out at 62.2%, with the Ether dominance back on the rise at 9.1%. And checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours, we got the Pi network up 47%. We got WorldCoin up 9% and Cospa up 8%. Which alt, if any, are you bullish on for this particular bull? Holla. And checking out the crypto bubbles, we get a visual perspective on the day. Yesterday, it was like 97% of the market in the green. Today, not so great. I'd say pretty divided, maybe 60-40 red over green. Zooming out on the weekly, this is pretty bullish. I'd say 97% of the market in the green. And zooming out on the monthly, overall extremely bullish. 97% of the market in the green. Impressive gainers across the board. Like WIF is up 100%, Virtual 262%, Monero 63%. Pretty impressive. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Today we're 70, yesterday 70, last week at 64, and last month 25 in extreme fear. And checking out the infamous time chain calendar. As of today, we're on block number 896,275. We have 153,725 blocks into the halving of 2028. And you can currently exchange one fiat monopoly dollar for 963 sats. So as I say each and every day, pick up some sats, put down the gats, and pick up some Bitcoin caps from my man Sergio over at bitcoincaps.net. Cop yourself a custom Biddy exclusive, just like this. Happy 104-420. This gong strikes for you, broski, as you hit the bong. Do what it do. About to bust out of the firmament. You know how it's going down. 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. This verse describes the quality of the love which can be seen in the unconditional love a mother has for her children. Now I'm tempted to read the quote. Did you share the actual quote or just the feedback on the quote? Let me see. I was live. Oh yeah, no, I don't see the actual quote, but I appreciate the insights on the verse. I'd love to read the quote out loud as well. Shout out Graper, James Smith, Tammy Hatcher, happy Mother's Day. Let me know what other ladies, of course, Oracle, happy Mother's Day. Of course, Chandy 10, happy Mother's Day. Who else am I missing? Let me wish you a happy Mother's Day. Just put a 1 in the live chat as I scroll up here to make sure I don't forget anybody. This is your special day. This is when we celebrate. New all-time highs in play. Grant says, I read the short sellers are the heavy 104.5 to 110. If Bitcoin goes above and holds, we go beyond 110. Short sellers. Some of the TA I read earlier, they're saying 105 is like a line in the sand, meaning if we can close for the weekly close, which we're going to get in less than 2 hours above 105, most likely a bullish continuation, new all-time highs early this week. And we're this close to recapturing 105 right now, live and in the flesh. Romans 8:32. I believe if my God is for me, then I'm a F you up. Scratching my head here. Good afternoon, Overkill 007. Welcome to the live stream and the rest of the fam. Already 500 people here on the live. Big news, exciting times. I did a post earlier, or it was actually the other day. I put the new version of AJ they just released. It's wild. It just looks like two completely different people. I feel different energetic vibes. Personally, it doesn't seem like the same person. So I just wrote that, and people are like, are you being serious? So I'm like, yeah, affirmative. And then someone else just wrote, I suppose they'll call it an upgrade, but sadly it spews the same BS. I mean, I don't know what to think here. It's crazy. I'm also going to be sharing the historic price actions on Mother's Day, dating back to the Genesis block year when Bitcoin launched. So stay tuned. We got a lot of exciting things to share today. If my God is for me, then who can stand against me? I like my version better. Says facts. Even 1045 is considered a line in the sand. It's meaningless, of course, but I've read the TA this morning saying closure above the bull-ish below, not so impressive. 1 Corinthians 13:4 state that love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. This verse highlights the key characteristics of love. Well, thank you for sharing, Tammy, and you guys keep the comments flowing. As you know, this is a live and an interactive stream. We're streaming each and every day, 7 days a week, and on Sundays especially, we're preaching the Holy Gospel of Satoshi, which is what I do best. It's an honor to be here. It's already 420. Here's the proof of work. Happy 420 in advance, broskies. On May 11th, 11/420, divine intervention here. Rocking the 11 Bronson jersey. The Knickerbockers are going to beat Boston. It's a lock, just saying, Serge. But anyways, let's kick it next with our astrology for the baddies, a.k.a. astrology for the broskies. And we'll also be pulling up some of the live charts, especially after the infamous freeze frame. So here we go. But also, actually, should we do the historic price action on Mother's Day first as a bonus? I think so. Happy Mother's Day again. And also, Michael Saylor just posted the Saylor Bitcoin tracker. He does this religiously the day before the big announcement, so expect another massive acquisition coming from Strategy B and Mikey Saylor. But here's the historic price action of the Bitcoin price on Mother's Day. Let's start with the year 2009. Since the inception of Bitcoin, it was worth $0. The following year on Mother's Day, Bitcoin was worth $0. In 2011, it was $8. In 2012, $5. 2013, $115. 2014, $444, virtually a 4x. 2015, $237. 2016, which is the year of the second halving, $456. And then we saw a parabolic run up the following year. It hit 1,700 on Mother's Day, and in fact, it closed the year at roughly 20,000. How many of you were around then? Let me know. And then we hit 8,500 in 2018 Mother's Day, 8,000 2019, 9,500 in 2020, the following halving, the year preceding the halving, typically the most bullish year of the 4-year cycle, virtually 50,000 on Mother's Day, then 2022, 29,000, 2023, 26 G's, baby. 2024, last year of the halving on Mother's Day, 60,800, the year preceding the halving, right now virtually double from last year's Mother's Day price. Currently sitting above 104, looking to recapture 105. And if you don't know, now you know. Now for some TA, according to the analysts, and like I said, I'll be pulling up some of the live charts right after. TradingView showed weekend upside volatility, delivering new multi-month highs near 105. Lack of liquidity during the out-of-the-hours trading contributed to the move, which one more came on the back of the positive rumors over the U.S.-China trade deal. Quoting SKU Analytics, Bitcoin almost tagging 105. It was literally 104,998 on Coinbase, so it's safe to say we frickin' tag 105. Markets will want to see fruition of Trump's comments regarding the path towards with the trade between the U.S. and China. Shipping data does already suggest the insiders know, hence the container volume has briefly picked that again. Rec Capital confirmed that Bitcoin could even kickstart a return to the all-time high. Common sense, we're a half a god candle away, wouldn't you say? Quoting them here, can Bitcoin do it? Can Bitcoin weekly close above the range highs of its recently reclaimed reaccumulation range to kickstart the breakout of the process? Well, absolutely. Bitcoin is on the cusp of beginning the price discovery uptrend 2. Next leg up, baby. And as outlined here from Rec Capital, Bitcoin bull market progress 85.5%. Progress will speed up on the parabolic advances. We're going up forever, Laura. And a look at the latest exchange order book data from CoinGlass showed a large cloud of the ass clustered around the area immediately below 106. Bids were laddered down to 102, creating the thickening band of the liquidity around the spot price into the weekly close. And if you don't know, now you know. But yeah, next want to pull up some of the live charts. Let's do that real quick. Again, welcome everyone joining the live stream. Happy Mother's Day. This is your special day, ladies, to celebrate. But check this out. will ya? We're going to look at some of the live charts. As you know, all the charts are looking bullish. Here we're looking at the 1 hour via TradingView, via Coinbase, the largest crypto exchange here in the United States of America. Bullish pennant formation, sensation, green target, bull scenario in play. I repeat, in play, 109, which will take us right back to price discovery. That's when things get exciting. Let me know when you feel we'll likely break out into price discovery, reclaiming the previous all-time high, which was achieved all the way back on January 20th, inauguration day for the Trumpster. And zooming out from there, we'll take a look at a 4 hour, and we'll go from there. Maybe we'll get a Nippinator indicator. There's just no telling when church is in session on a Sunday, preaching the Holy Gospel of Satosh. Here on the 4 hour chart, note particular targets, but bullish momentum overall. You can see like the stairway case climb. It's been a very bullish week for the past 7 days. In fact, the past 5 weeks have been extremely bullish, and we're about to get a weekly bullish candle close here shortly during today's live stream. And hopefully we do a next leg up, which is my personal instinct, but you guys let me know your thoughts. Look at the daily chart. We do have some big green candles being printed. You can see 3 days ago, big bullish run up, corrective itty bitty red, followed by the green bullish momentum continuation on yesterday, Sat Stack, and Saturday. Sunday, thus far, itty bitty corrective, but we're still maintaining above 104.3 at the time of the live stream. Bull scenario, formation, sensation on the daily chart, sitting at 111,000, which would obviously catapult the bitty price to a new all-time high. Bear scenario 69. We don't even entertain the bears. They don't deserve our attention, especially during the bull run. And examining the 1 week, again, we're about to get a weekly close. Big green candle formation sensation. 5 weekly consecutive green candle closes. And if we can close above 105, that'd be the icing on the cake as the bullish momentum continues into the new week, as we continue to expand the price action here in Q2. Cup and handle target in play. We've seen this on the weekly chart for several months now, so 124. In my humble opinion, I think the next leg up, once we break the current all-time high of 109, is going to be somewhere in the 120, 130 range. Let me know if you agree, disagree. Holla at your boy. And zooming out from there, we take a look at the monthly. We're now 11 days into the month, and we all know 11 is a divine omen, hence why JV only rocks the 11 jerseys. And you can already see the pumpage, 104.4, Port Bravo. Monthly, bullish, only 11 days in. Last month, bullish, Q2, game on. New all-time highs in play. 2024 dragons. We don't slay dragons. We are dragons that slay. And with that being shared, again, welcome everyone joining the live stream. There's the latest TA. Next story is the big news with ex-UFC champion, double champ, I dare say, Conor McGregor, linking up with Nayib Bukele and Max Kaiser to discuss the Ireland Strategic Biddy Reserve. And if you don't know, now you know. Synopsis, the Plan B's comments, V-shaped recovery, all previous targets still in play. Watching Cornwall, England in the building. Shout out to the fairground, keeping it fair. Trade deal with China. I'm hearing. If true, it's a big pump this week. That's what the Biddy News says. Do you have any gold, JV? I have 3 fat gold chains looking like a young Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace, Nip. I have some gold chains, not for investment purposes, but for sentimental purposes. My grandfather left me his lion charm. And then my father left me his Jesus charm with his chain. And then JV got a nice gold chain I copped, I think, in 2022. So those are my 3 sentimental chains. But it's not for investment purposes. It's for Nips, hustle, flex purposes. If you feel what I'm saying. F them up. Now we're talking, Chris. Let's get it. 800 people on the live stream. Exciting times. Who got that Bitcoin swagger? Make some motherfucking noise.
Keep it with swagger, securing Superman, real B is Satoshi level. Trump card holding kinda killer.
With double using M's for the orange pill, set for making millions.
I got that Bitcoin swagger. You got that Bitcoin swagger. We got that Bitcoin swagger.
Stacking sats, feeling bad, looking sharper than a dagger.
Be an Arkansas jam with diamond hands tough.
Got no kryptonite, just orange bitty light. Paper gets wrinkled, crinkled.
Texas,
Hold 'em,
Montana,
hold 'em,
Missouri,
hold 'em,
New York,
hold 'em,
Florida,
hold 'em.
Puerto Rico,
Puerto Rico to El Salvador. Let's go.
El Salvador.
You already know.
Swagger holding with an orange glow.
Prodigy.
And don't forget, fam, how we hack the algorithm and orange pill the masses, especially on a Sunday fun day, preaching the Holy Gospel of Satoshi. All you got to do is comment or quote the stream. Our Biddy fam will be right behind you reposting it. That's just how we do. And I'll follow everyone back who shows me some love. And I'll also repost your comments and quotes from my main account as well as my backup account, which is BTC News Alerts, so we can help one another continue to rise in the algorithm. I've been wearing a chain for years that I assume was only gold plated because it didn't cost that much, but it looks brilliant after years. No discoloration. I think it's a real deal. Well, what made you believe that it was fake when you bought it? Did you just buy it off the street? 138 in May, then go away. I don't know. Bitcoin increases the number 5 of the top largest assets by market cap. That's right. So there's only a handful of companies in the world that have a bigger market cap than the pretty little bitty now that we reclaim the epic 2 trillion milestone. So it's probably companies like NVIDIA, I would assume, Microsoft, maybe Alphabet, Google's company, and a couple of others, potentially Amazon. Let me know if that's accurate. Happy Sunday Fun Day. That's what's up. Larry Pedro from Dothan, Alabama. Celebrating with the country grammar. Celebrating the goods time, brothers. That's right. Good times are here. In fact, if there wasn't good times, we wouldn't be striking the gong. Raising consciousness. One gong strike at a time. We got the 104, 420 flex. Look at that. I don't believe in coincidences, facts. There's a sign. There's the JV indicator. New all-time highs in play. Flexing on the 420. Didn't even intend to do that. Thank you, facts. Shout out Sweet Bitty McGee. And of course, Chandy, so cute. The picture of your new caps and your Bitcoin merch with your pups. Love the photo. We got that Bitcoin swagger, even for the pups. Do you ever sell Bitcoin to pay the bills, be able to borrow against it? That's a good question. I have. I've gotten a Bitcoin back loan to purchase the house I am in. Real story. This was back in 2022. Wasn't the most clever play, but they say hindsight's 2020. But yeah, obviously I can buy 3 to 3.5 of these houses for the same amount of Bitcoin that I use for the loan. But it is what it is. I got me a house. Can't complain. What up, fam? Fair ground. Hit the likes, legends. I've never tried the glass of the water test. I should try it. Yeah, also, they sell in pawn shops, they usually put a compound on it. And if it starts changing colors, like turns green, they know it's fake. So there's a lot of ways you can test gold to see if it's real and not artificial plated. A lot of times it's, plated with like another metal inside. So you got to be very weary. We got that Bitcoin swagger. I wish I can do your dance and replicate it, but I'd be doing a great injustice to what you created. But let's orange pill the masses like blackberry molasses. Shout out Panda the Prophet. Appreciate you, brother. Keep the comments flowing, bitty broskies, bitty baddies. We're up to 900 people on the live stream. Not shabby, but I know we can do a lot better, especially when you got Caffeinated JV in the building. Just saying.
Reserve to preserve, strategy for prosperity.
You feel that? That's Bitcoin swagger, baby.
Walking like your wallet got laser eyes.
Baby climbs higher than a high rise. Laser eyes, not surprised.
I got that bitty drip, fiat doing backflips. We don't beg no banker, we just walk with that Bitcoin swag. Bitcoin swagger.
All right, now I'm excited because this is like a big story. Like Conor McGregor, I grew up watching him, big UFC fan, probably at one point, one of the biggest McGregor fans, obviously he's kind of like inactive as far as fighting is concerned, but I know he still trains hard and all that stuff. But long story short, he's proposing for the country of Ireland, in which he's from, Dublin, Ireland, to propose a strategic Bitcoin reserve. It got the attention of Max Kaiser, Nayib Bukele, David Bailey, all the big OGs in the space. So I want to share with you what's going on here. If you find this story interesting, make sure to share it just by hitting the repost button. Show us some support over on YouTube. The live stream feed in the comment section is coming exclusively from the YouTube channel. So if you want to participate, just visit the YouTube channel. My black seed oil is arriving on Tuesday. Same brand as JV. Enjoy that, broski. His mouth is still lethal. Yeah, he's the best shit talker we have ever seen. I dare say since the great Muhammad Ali. Rest in peace. Bada boom, number 1. Bitcoin swag, number 2. McGregor for the win. Let's fucking go. Speaking of McGregor, we got a little sound bite, one of my faves.
It's red panty night when you sign to find me, eh? Back at home with your wife.
It's a celebration. But anyways, let's break down this big news. I'm pretty excited to share it with you. First, we'll start with the headline from this article. Then I'm going to share a bunch of tweets, and then we'll continue with a story. Ex-UFC champ, no, double champ. Get it straight, Cointelegraph, unacceptable. Conor McGregor touts Irish Bitcoin reserve in the presidential bill. That's right, or I should say bid. So you can see right here where it all started. The president says come to El Salvador and we'll show you how it's done. And McGregor responded to Max, we need the greatest minds for the Bitcoin reserve. Message me and let's chat on Spaces, X Spaces. And then Conor wrote to Max and Najib, send me a message and let's organize a meeting. Game on. And let me show you some other recent tweets. Max reiterates Bitcoin only. Crypto or blockchain can get you a ticket to CCOT and get you arrested. That's right. If you don't know, in Bitcoin country, it's illegal to slang the shit coins. The only ones that are legal are Bitcoin, which is a legal tender, as well as registered security by the name of Tether, USDT. Everything else is considered illegal and unlawful. So you don't want to get caught pumping the shit coins over there. So yeah, he also shares here, Max, yes, the nation state Saylor play can be rolled out in Ireland. This would be topic number 1 at the Bitcoin Nation State Summit between President Bukele and Conor McGregor. And for those that don't know, Conor's been talking about running for president. And I think this is the ace up his sleeve because he's going to get so much popularity. Not that he needs more popularity, but he's going to get the full support from the entire Bitcoin community, just like Trump got and the rest of those, people supporting and backing Bitcoin. Piranha wrote here, Conor McGregor isn't just visiting Bukele, he is potentially opening Ireland as a Bitcoin vault nation. What El Salvador did with the volcanoes, Ireland could do with the neutrality, tax sheltering, and legacy destroying charm. Thus distributed my Sunday sun tanning, why Ireland might become the first Bitcoin vault state for Europe, and why this meeting matters more than it looks. What Conor McGregor's fame unlocks that institutions never could, a cultural on-ramp to Bitcoin's sovereignty. Could this be Bitcoin's version of Bretton Woods with Guinness and goat soup instead of suits and cigars? Bring on the peasants. What y'all wish you tweeted before the photo McGregor and Bukele goes viral. This isn't about a fighter visiting a president. It's about an empire collapsing and 2 rebels sketching a new one with Uncle Max, keeping them both calm. If you don't see the strategic chess here, the potential, you'll only see the memes. And by the time the newspaper catches up, too late. Bookmark this because in 6 months when Ireland becomes the European El Salvador, you'll want receipts. Very powerful post that also got reposted by Max Kaiser. And I've been loving the memes. Shout out Brandon. Keep them coming. But without further ado, let's read a little more into the particular story referenced here. Check it. UFC fighter turned Irish political candidate McGregor has endorsed the idea of building the Bitcoin reserve in Ireland to give more power back to the people. He wrote here, crypto in its origin was founded to give the power back to the people. An Irish Bitcoin strategic reserve will give the power to the people's money. That's right. That was the initial tweet in which he shared on X, as outlined right here. Former UFC champ, double champ, said he would discuss his plans in more detail in the upcoming X Spaces, prompting responses for some of the Bitcoin industry's most prominent leaders, including Pompliano, again, Max Kaiser, David Bailey, all the GOATs. And I wouldn't be surprised if Michael Saylor hops out on there. Quoting Pompliano, we need the greatest minds for the Bitcoin reserve. Message me and let's chat on MySpace. McGregor said in a response to the Bitcoiners, I host the Pomp podcast, and one of Trump's crypto advisors, David Bailey, CEO of Bitcoin Magazine, also reached out, to which McGregor responded, David messaged me, let's discuss your ideas. McGregor announced his independent candidacy for the Irish presidency late March 2025, centering his campaign on anti-immigration policies and combating crime. Ireland's next presidential election must take place by November 11th. That's a divine number, 1111. Whoa! As the term of the current president, Michael D. Higgins, is set to end the day after. So let's get McGregor in power. Let's establish the Island Strategic Reserve for the biddy. And establishing the Bitcoin Reserve, let alone one coming from a minor independent party, would not be an easy feat. Despite recent regulatory progress, the U.S., El Salvador, and Bhutan are amongst the few countries that have already established a Bitcoin Reserve to date. That's right, Bukele got the first mover's advantage. And Bhutan is one as well. I think they even have more Bitcoin than El Salvador. McGregor's political visibility was recently boosted by a trip to the White House where he met with Trump and received his support. And naturally, Trump is very bullish on Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, birds of a feather flock together, a wise man once said. McGregor is facing intense scrutiny in Ireland, having recently been found guilty of sexual assault in a civil case, a conviction which he has since appealed, while also previously being investigated for hate speech crimes. McGregor's push for a Bitcoin reserve comes a little over a month after the McGregor-backed Real project failed to attract sufficient funding in its token launch pre-sale. But I got to respect the fact they didn't continue with the project once it didn't get good feedback from the community. I think people are fed up and sick and tired of the meme coin. So if I can give any advice to Conor McGregor, stick to Bitcoin only, and we will love you. We will support you, and we got your back. If you start, shilling shit coins, you're going to lose all respect from great leaders and us all around the world, really. And we're not going to support you in your efforts. And obviously, you tried the shit coin route. Didn't fare so well. And I think the people have spoken. But there you have it, yo. Ladies and gentlemen, this is real. And Strategic Bitcoin Reserve doesn't get no realer than that. So anyways, let me know your thoughts with McGregor. Do you think he will become president of Ireland? Do you think he could be the missing piece, the missing link to establishing the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve as the new president takes place on 11/11? Let me know your thoughts, and I'll read your comments out loud. Welcome, everyone, joining the live stream. We still have a lot of good news to share with you. Happy Sunday, fun day, let's get it. And for those mamas just joining us, happy Mother's Day. Let me know if you're a mother. Put a 1 in the chat, and I will personally wish you a happy Mother's Day. This gong strikes for you. Let's get it.
It's a celebration. People are always saying about the talk, and I talk, and I talk, and I talk, but guess fucking what? I back it up. I back it up.
The dude backs it up. What are you going to say to that?
Hey, yo,
I got that Bitcoin swagger. You got that Bitcoin swagger. We got that Bitcoin swagger.
Stacking sats, feeling bad, looking sharper than a dagger. QR flash, got cash in my code. Cold wallet, chiller than a Yeti in the snow.
Doing, cold storm for the rocket flame. Take off, lift off, so chill as we fire it up. Moon up, doing up, yup, up.
Dancing on inflation like it's 1984. Ain't no Fed chair telling me where to go. Haters talk smack, I just nod and stack. Flex that orange B like a royal flag. Tap root smooth, got a flex so pure. Even my memes got a network secure.
You hear that cha-ching? It's my bitty bling. That sound money shaking up the game. Satoshi style, truth on the chain. Yeah, we got that timeless flame. You hear that cha-ching? It's my bitty bling. That sound money shaking up the game. Satoshi style, truth on the chain. Yeah, we got that timeless flame. I got that Bitcoin swagger.
Who got that Bitcoin swag? Holla. My son is a camping. Do you mean glamping or camping? Just to get some clarity there. Let me know. There she is. Sweet Biddy McGee. Happy Mother's Day. This gong strike is for you. Red panty night if McGregor binds the biddy. Or I dare say, no panty night. Conor McGregor is baked in the cake. He's already been anointed. That's what I'm saying. Not sure if he can be president. I don't know how much political experience he has. How much political experience did Trump have? How many times did they say he can't become president? And look who's the current POTUS for the second time of the United States. You don't need a political background to become a president. All you need is popularity, in my humble opinion, right? And how many actors have became president in the United States? Was it Nixon the first? Was there anyone before him? But it can happen, obviously. Schwarzenegger, a Hollywood actor, became governor of, was it California? Jesse Ventura, a wrestler, became governor of, was it Minnesota? You don't need a political background. In fact, I dare say people don't trust politicians as much as business people or non-politicians, because politicians are typically professional liars. Am I right or am I right? So you tell me. I think people are most likely to vote for someone they trust, that they feel is going to do a good job for the people in which they represent. Am I right? or wrong? Let me know. I'll read your comments. Welcome everyone joining us. Let me know any other mothers out there so I can wish you happy Mother's Day. As I'm sitting in the Lotus, let's see if my entire lower body goes numb before the end of the stream. I cringe at the thought Kamala not buying the Bitcoin for the USA. That's why we need Trump right now. Yeah, screw Kamala. Who cares about that communist? Reagan was an actor. That's what I'm saying. And actors can become presidents. That's an example. So I don't think he had a political background. He just had popularity. People liked him from the movies. Like, I can guarantee you, if a so obviously corrupt Hollywood superstar were to run for presidency, they'd have a chance. More so than Kamala or any of these other communists they're trying to install. Just saying. Shit. I know there's a censored platform. I should maybe be quiet about that, but it's hard. Play USA Bitcoin Reserve pushes the rest of the world to buy it up as well. That's what I'm saying. It's the game theory. Max Keiser quoted the term the global hash war, and that's what we're witnessing in real time when everyone said the governments are going to ban it, stay away from it, stick to the dollar. Max is like, are you fucking kidding? They're going to be racing for the Bitcoin, and whoever doesn't have it going to get left behind. And what are the governments doing in real time? Stacking the pretty little bitty because they know it's going up forever, Laura. In fact,
which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
Forever. Oh, it was Reagan, not Nixon. My apologies. This is before my time. I don't know why Nixon came to my mind. So it was Ronald Reagan, who was the Hollywood actor that got elected as president. Cheers. Plus, USA Bitcoin Reserve pushes the rest of the world to buy it up as well. I know, bro. Game theory, the race, game on. I got no gong. I put in a 1. Did I not give you a particular special Happy Mother's Day gong strike? Well, this one's for Chandy 10 Music. We greatly appreciate everything you do. Every single stream would never be the same without you and the incredible Bitcoin music you produce for us. So everyone show Chandy 10 some love. Help me wish her a happy Mother's Day. This gong strikes for Chandy. Bada boom, bada bang. How about a Bitcoin? Skimming the sats. Jesse Ventura went into the politics. Trump was a businessman before politics. Thank you for the clarification. I missed the show Conspiracy Theory with Jesse Ventura. That was a good one. Baby Saylor. There is no second best. Yeah, I'm loving the baby Saylor toddler. There is no second best. It's going up forever, Laura. So classic. But anyways, 1,300 people on the live stream. Let's continue to blow this mofo up. Let's keep reposting this until we get McGregor's attention. We need a repost from Conor. He got 10 million viewers. Let's get it. Or followers, I should say. But anyways, fam, where are we at? Next story of the day. And again, welcome those joining us. We're live stream, try streaming, Bitcoin 1043, new all-time highs in play. We're about to get the weekly close in about an hour. It's going to be a fun one. So we discussed the latest with the McGregor news. Shout out Sweet Bitty McGee. This gong strike is for you. We appreciate the super. Of course, shout out to the crypto princess. Happy Mother's Day. And those just joining us as well, we're going to continue with the Bitty news. Here we go. Next story of the day. Let's discuss the latest from Mikey Saylor. That's right. Well, regarding Max Keiser calling Saylor the 21st century Warren Buffett. That's right. So here we have it. Warren Buffett made the ultimate case for Bitcoin as the American investor considers stepping down as CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. Well, I know his partner in crime already ascended to a different realm. I won't disclose which realm Munger's currently residing in, but I digress. Pending board approval, Buffett would step aside at the end of the year, giving away for Greg Abel, vice chair of the insurance operations, to become the Berkshire new chief. And speaking of chiefs, shout out to the Nippinator. This revelation came as Berkshire Hathaway's annual shareholder meeting on May 3rd, where Buffett also considered a stark warning about the long-term value of the US dollar. That's right, everyone's already lost faith in USD. He noted that every system eventually debases its currency. Pretty little money printer go. And according to the Buffett, government decisions make paper money lose value over time. Tell us something we didn't know. Captain Obvious, quoting him here. In the end, if you get people to control the currency, you can issue the paper money, and you will. Well, precisely. And without naming alternatives such as Bitcoin, the 93-year-old, I wonder what kind of diet this man is on, investor cautioned against holding assets denominated in the currency he said was systematically devalued by government policy. So he's low-key saying, stack the biddy without having to say it. Quoting him here, the natural course of the government is to make the currency worth less over time. Some places devalue at breathtaking rates. It's not evil. It's just their job. I dare say it's an evil job. Correct me if I'm wrong, broskies. The investing icon said that his late partner, Mr. Charlie Munger, who hated Bitcoin, by the way, had to choose a second area besides stocks. He would have gone into the foreign exchange. These remarks suggest an openness to the non-traditional assets. Bitcoin advocate and broadcaster, Your Holiness, Max Kaiser, responded to the remarks, and here's what he had to say. Executive chairman and co-founder of MicroStrategy, now known as Strategy B, Mikey Saylor, is the Warren Buffett of the 21st century. He saw what Buffett described and built his strategy around it. Can I get an amen? Kaiser also long criticized fiat currency. He has been for a very long time, of course. We've been documenting it every day. The Bitcoin pioneer contrasted Saylor's Bitcoin-focused investment approach with what he described as Buffett's reliance on traditional finance, better known as TradFi. Quoting Max again, Warren Buffett built his empire on printing the money. Most of his holdings over the years has been in the banks, insurance companies, and financial services. Precisely. Buffett benefited from having political leverage in Washington, particularly during the 2008 financial crisis. During the time, Kaiser said, his Buffett investments in Wall Street institutions aligned with the government-led rescue efforts. And during the market downturn, Berkshire Hathaway invested heavily in companies like Goldman Sachs. That's where Mr. Gensler was lurking from. And Bank of America, which earned him praise and a stabilizing force. Mikey Saylor, meanwhile, had been taking a dramatically different approach. Under the leadership of Now Strategy, he began acquiring the Bitcoin in 2020, first publicly traded company to put the biddy on the balance sheet. And they now have over 555,000 of the free little biddy. And he ain't done stacking. He's eventually going to have millions as he continues racing for the Bitcoin alongside the BlackRock, which currently has over 600,000 of the biddy. Collectively has over 1.1 million. Two people, collectively, two companies, have more Bitcoin than Satoshi's wallets. You can't make this ish up. But anyways, Warren Buffett talks about the virtues of Bitcoin without mentioning the Bitcoin. Precisely. Can you read between the lines? Biddy broskies. You let me know your thoughts, and I'm going to read some more comments. Welcome everyone joining the live stream. 1,400 live viewers here on Sunday. Big banks just position themselves in the middle of the liquidity debasement, benefiting only themselves. Exactly. Buck the banks, buck the Fed. Those drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance.
Bitcoin, etc. You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance, criminals, drug traffickers.
Anti-money laundering, tax avoidance. Thank you, Shelton. He tagged Mr. McGregor and said, JV and the CNA crew for the best in the crypto news, the Biddy news. Thank you, Shelton. Appreciate it, brother. Hit it with repost. All comments and posts will get reposted. Shout out Chandy. Shout out Sir. Shout out Steve. Shout out Steve Classic. Of course, OG Bring Facts. Did they give you your account back, brother? I thought you got you lost it permanently. It's good to see you got your account back. Nice, nice. Shout out to the Dividend Dog and all my dogs. The Nibinator, make it a Nibinator and Gator. There's no telling what we're going to experience. Anything is possible. It's all going to zero against the biddy. Gold is the poor man's Bitcoin. Prove me wrong. But yeah, hit the likes. Thank you, princess. Buck the banks. Buck the government. We're going to stack the biddy like Trump has the Ark of the Covenant. We dragons believe the firmament is not at 1095. Add a few zeros. There is no firmament to the Bitcoin price action. Bitcoin isn't physical, so therefore it can escape the firmament, unlike every rocket that Elon has sent into alleged space, which doesn't exist. What's on the other side of the Antarctica wall? That's what I want to know. We demand answers. Have a wonderful live stream. Respect. Thank you. Chess was fantastic. I had some epic victories, a couple of losses earlier, but more wins than losses, and my score is back on the climb. So feeling good. I may be played like 8 or 9 games, probably won like 6, lost 3 or something like that. So thank you for asking. For those that don't know, that's my favorite thing to do is listen to Mac Miller and play chess. I listen to hip hop, I play chess, and I live my best life. That's what I do. For those that don't know, now you know. When I'm not stacking the biddy, of course, I'm just playing the chess. I wrote and produced a song for Yabroskis last Father's Day, and I didn't get a gong even until I had to ask for it. Well, keep in mind, I think I did about a half a dozen Happy Mother's Day wishes to all the mothers. And then as the stream went on, I said, put ones in chats and I will give specific, customized Happy Mother's Day to the ladies. And I must have missed the first one you put, but I did catch you and I did give you a special, custom, extra special Chandy 10 music. Mother's Day wish. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Good point, JB. It is digital. It is in a different dimension. Precisely what I'm saying. Held in your hand in a universe of infinity. That's what I'm saying. 102-888. Buckle it up. Buckle and Bukele. Buckle the Bukele to the rocket ship to the moon. How do you feel about the MSTY? Asking for a friend. I see people crushing it with MSTY. My understanding, it's an ETF using Bitcoin with leverage. So if Bitcoin performs well, MSTU will perform a little better. However, if Bitcoin has a big correction, there's going to be even more extreme volatility in things like MSTU, as Bitcoin's already extremely volatile. So that's the flip side. There's pros and cons to everything, right? And as we're approaching the top of the hour, let's continue with the video news. The show must go on. Here we go. Next story of the day, fam. We discussed Ireland. I don't know why I put that twice on the sidebar there, but let's see what our next story is here as far as articles are concerned. And it's El Salvador stacking 7 Bitcoin just in the last week, despite the IMF deal. And of course, we get the proof of reserves, which is always published publicly. So here we go. The government of El Salvador continues stacking Bitcoin for its national crypto reserve, despite the ongoing deal with the IMF, stipulating that the Central American country stop using public funds to purchase Bitcoin as one of the conditions for the loan agreement. That's right. According to data from El Salvador's Bitcoin office, the country acquired an additional 7 BTC in the last 7 days. That's an average of 1 per day, bringing the total holdings to 6,173, valued at over $637 million. El Salvador's Bitcoin office has continued a steady pace of the Bitcoin acquisition months after the IMF agreement was signed, showing no signs of halting its Bitcoin purchases despite taking the $1.4 billion. The Central American country is one of the only nations actively purchasing Bitcoin in the open market operations, and its national Bitcoin treasury strategy will serve as the blueprint for other countries, such as Ireland, such as any other country that wants to adopt the Bitcoin standard. Let's get it. Also considering the Bitcoin strategic reserves, according to the crypto industry executives, and you can see right here, proof of reserves, 637 million. Stacy Herbert did a post the other day. Shout out Stacy, head of the Bitcoin office in El Salvador. She believes that the Bitcoin price, or at least their holdings, could be over $1 billion by the time of the event, end of the month in Vegas, as you know, the big conference. And my understanding is, obviously, all the big wigs are going to be there. The Trump family is going to be there. Chandy 10 is going to be there. Oracle is going to be there. Mikey Saylor is going to be there. Bukele, I would assume, is going to be there. Max Kaiser is going to be there. McGregor, most likely, is going to be there, meeting with some of these, OGs and discussing Ireland. So you already know, game on. El Salvador signed a $1.4 billion loan agreement with the IMF in December. That was last year. As part of the agreement, the government of the country agreed to rescind its Bitcoin legal tender law and make the Bitcoin payments voluntary. Well, it was kind of always voluntary to begin with. The agreement also stipulated that the El Salvador must scale back the Bitcoin accumulation, but guess what? They have not slowed down. In fact, they've only increased the accumulation. So my understanding is it was like a chess play. Bukele's like, oh, you want to give me 1.4 million? Sure. I'm just going to continue to buy Bitcoin with it. Deal with it. But what they are going to wind down, from my understanding, from the people I know in the country, Shivo Wallet. My understanding, it was like a private company that created it, and not everyone likes it, so they'll probably wind that down. And it doesn't matter, because you have your ability to use any Bitcoin Lightning Network wallet that you choose. But one of the benefits of the Shivo wallet, and I know from firsthand experience because I went to El Salvador earlier in the year, and I will be back there for the next conference with Max and Stacy in January, the Max and Stacy Invitational, is there are no fees. The government eats whatever the Lightning fee is when you exchange money using the Shivo wallet. So I know some OGs out there that like transact large amounts, and there's like, it's great. There's actually no charge whatsoever. Not that it's a large charge to begin with, because when you use the Lightning Network, like for example, when I made a $10 purchase, when I had pupusas, it was a 2-cent fee using Lightning Network. And I used my app and I sent it to a business owner who, it was his pupusa store, restaurant, and he had the Shivo wallet, and it worked pretty instantly, and bada boom, bada bing. I even documented it, which was awesome, and I posted the video using the sats to pay for the pupusas via on my X. Let me know if you saw that. So yeah, in January of 2025, lawmakers of Central America country repealed the Bitcoin legal tender law, 55-2 congressional vote, although this did nothing to slow down the acquisitions. Like I said, when you see news coming from the IMF, it's 100% FUD 100% of the time. The IMF issued another request to the country to halt the Bitcoin buys, but like I said, they're continuing to buy. Quoting Bukele here from an X post, no, it is not stopping. If it didn't stop when the world ostracized us and most Bitcoiners abandoned us, it won't stop now, and it won't stop in the future. Can't stop, won't stop, no diddy. And if you don't know, now you know. Bitty broskies. There you have it. Happy Mother's Day to my mom, who will be 89 in August. Happy Mother's Day to my mama as well. Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas. Happy Mother's Day to your mama, your mama, your mama. Your mama gets Bitcoin. Your mama gets Bitcoin. Oh, I feel like I'm Oprah Winfrey. Every mama gets a Bitcoin. Granted, there's not 21 million mamas on the stream because there's only so much Bitcoin to go away. Anyway, any recommendations for a hot wallet easy for the phone? Yeah, let me tell you the one I'm using. Strike is one option if Strike is available in the country you're at. Exodus is a good wallet. I have the Exodus wallet. Just note, they're no longer compatible with Lightning. They switched. So when you log in, it'll say you only have 18 days remaining for Lightning support. I don't know why they're doing away with the Lightning, but I keep a small balance, nothing crazy. But whenever I travel back to El Salvador, I like to have some sats available so I can support local business owners. I mean, where else can you get a dinner for two for $10? El Salvador, Bitcoin country. Dinner for two in Puerto Rico, you're looking at $1,500 minimum with one good bottle of the champagne. That's all I'm saying, broskies. You get more bang for your buck in Bitcoin country. I don't think I've ever bought anything with a biddy. Exactly. So it's kind of cool to put a few bucks on the wallet just to experience what it's like and to support fellow Bitcoin business owners. That's why I support Sergio. Small Bitcoin business owner, fellow, what's it called? Veteran. Not that I'm a veteran, so I don't know why I said fellow veteran, but he is a veteran. He fought for his country, and he has incredible caps. So shout out Sergio, BitcoinCaps.net. If you don't know now, you know. Enjoy the parabolic weeks to come. Happy Mother's Day to all. Shout out Satoshi. What other Bitcoin live stream has Satoshi watching each and every stream? Zero. That's all I'm saying. And notice you've never seen Nipinator and Satoshi in the same room at the same time. You do the math. You do the math. I'm going to keep the mystery a mystery, but you do the math.
Anti-money laundering, tax avoidance.
Criminals, the largest corporate fine at the time.
You got that Bitcoin swagger. We got that Bitcoin swagger.
Stacking sats, feeling bad, looking sharper than a dagger. You still on fiat? Man, that's tragic. Biddy got me moonwalking.
That's magic.
Prince of popping blocks, thrown on chain. Biddy moon stepping in the Hall of Fame. Where your savings at? On a chain, bro. That's why I strut like I own the rainbow.
Drippy with a cold wallet. Witnessing with action. Biddy don't stall it. Biddy fashion, full stack polish. Stacking up proof, not empty wallets. I got that Bitcoin swagger. You got that Bitcoin swagger. We got that Bitcoin swagger.
Stacking sats, feeling bad, looking sharper than a dagger. It's not just a coin, it's a whole dang walk.
Bitcoin swagger.
Try and fake it, nah.
All right, we're going to transition to our next story. We got two more. We're going to do next sovereigns purchasing billions of dollars, according to Scaramucci. And then the latest from Jack Dorsey, the Twitter founder, and his projection and timeline for when Bitcoin will hit $1 million. We'll do some live Q&A. We'll stick around. Again, happy Mother's Day to all the incredible mothers out there for holding it down. Thank you for supporting the stream. We greatly appreciate you. But yeah, here's the latest from the Mooch, Scaramucci, whose new little book of Bitcoin Chronicles. Did someone say chronic bring facts? His own conversion from skeptic to evangelist said overseas officials are quietly adding the digital asset even before the United States clarifies the stablecoin legislation, bank custody, and guidance in the broader tokenization rules. And when asked if sovereigns, referring to sovereign wealth funds, are buying Bitcoin secretly, Scaramucci said, I think they're buying it. I think they're buying it on the margin, adding that regulatory green lights will unleash a massive wave of capital inflow. Quoting him again, I don't think it is going to be a gigantic groundswell of buying until we greenlight legislation in the United States. This, in Scaramucci's view, will make people worth 10, 20, $30 trillion, buying $500 million of Bitcoin, buying $1 billion of Bitcoin. And as he shared here on X, he confirmed that all the sovereigns are buying billions worth of Bitcoin. Game on. The former White House communication director framed today's discrete allocations as a rational response to an increasing erratic policy environment, with tariffs ricocheting across the global supply chains and the dollar's primacy controlling the global economy. He argued officials outside the U.S. are searching for insurance against what we call executive policy behavior. That's right. Bitcoin's an insurance policy against all the corruption from the lizard folk. We may need to be decoupled from one sovereign currency, he said, predicting gold's record highs. Recently hit 3,500. Peter Schiff doing the backflip. Bitcoin's resilience during the year's stock market slump stems from the same instinct for the self-protection. He stopped short of predicting that Bitcoin will replace the dollar, but he insisted that the sovereign accumulation is the precondition for the eventual seven-figure price tag. Quoting him here, if you want to see $1 million Bitcoin, that's when somebody at a sovereign says, okay, this is part of the infrastructure of the world's financial services architecture. In that scenario, he expects official portfolios to target 1 to 3% allocation into Bitcoin, enough in his view to lift Bitcoin's market cap towards gold's 20 to 30 trillion domain. That's right. Now, for now, the digital asset thesis appears to be holding, while global equity indices have fallen 5 to 8% since the largest tariff salvos. Scaramucci noted Bitcoin is roughly where it was at the beginning of the year. Thursday's breakout above 100,000 underscores that relative strength. Meanwhile, Skybridge Capital, which is its company, itself has ridden the wave. The Mooch reminded listeners that he began buying Bitcoin at around 20,000. Nice. I got to front run that mofo. I love it. Calling the position quite beneficial to our performance. Independent fund database figures show the 1.7 billion vehicle returned 43% in 2024, outpacing its hedge fund benchmark by more than 4 to 1. Results Scaramucci attributes chiefly to the Bitcoin stake. This is the best idea I've had seen in my career. I knew the risk of not jumping in were greater than playing it safe. And if you don't know, now you know. And so he's projecting $1 million per coin. Next story is also projecting $1 million, but I'm going to give you a specific time frame of when Jack Dorsey, the Twitter founder and Block CEO, believes that is likely to happen. It looks like we just smashed over 1,700 people on the live stream. Pretty little bitty pumping. Happy Mother's Day. Once again, welcome everyone to the live stream. Shout out Satoshi Nakamoto, the one and only. I can't believe Anthony is in his 60s. He looks so young. Yeah, I didn't know how old he was, but interesting. Ditto. Shout out David. Welcome live. Happy Father's Day in advance. Thank you. I believe it's next month, but I appreciate the shout out. And of course, for those who have never seen it, the sweetest song, in my opinion, that truly touched my heart, more so than any other song I've ever heard, is the Father's Day song that Chandy produced. And the video is amazing. And there's a direct link in the live chat. And I believe it's next month. Father's Day should be in June, right? So happy Father's Day in advance to the broskies. That's what I tell the people when they mention risk. Risk is being alive. There is more risky to not get some Bitcoin than there is guaranteed failure of doing nothing. And that's a fact jack. In fact, that's a black jack. Precisely. Shout out Nippinator. We're looking for the next Nippinator indicator. Incoming. 1, 2. Let's get it.
Oh, bring me up, bitty glow. Prize discovery, yeah, let it show. Bang, 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 like a B-52, we built a bitty.
Stacked revolutionary love shack. Bull stacking sats like it's Max and Stacy. Stacking sats cause tax is crazy. I'm stacking sats cause the IMF hates me. Stacking sats cause the haters don't faze me. No Diddy, no Jay-Z. Stacking the bitty like it's Nipsey and JV. Stacking the bitty like it's paper and Chandy. Stacking BTC like caffeine in my canteen. Life is a game of chess that makes biddies the damn queen. Stacking BTC till they cancel me and I can't stream. Like Biggie, it was all a dream. Now the biddy has set me free.
Going, 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 let's biddy up, babe. Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade.
I'm still in my lotus position, by the way. Legs are starting to go numb, and I'm digging it. Nippinator looking particularly cool. That's because he is the cool cat. Nippinator is a cool cat. When I say cool, I'm saying Kewl cool. He defines his own level of coolness. Ain't no one quite like that. It's on the Evo olive oil he eats. Olive oil, eh? I don't know where that came from, but welcome everyone to the live stream. We're about to move into our feature story of the day here. The latest from Jack Dorsey. Are you guys ready? Mom spaghetti? Let me know. And happy Mother's Day. Again, for any ladies that I didn't wish a happy Mother's Day, let me know. Happy to wish you one. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. Fully caffeinated now. No more caffeine in the canteen. What are you going to do? But I do got some more of the ginger drink, which is nice. It puts a fire in the belly. We have the sage. I got to bring up the lighters. I got some new lighters. I forget to bring it up. Maybe we'll spark the sage. But anyways, you guys ready to go into the next story? Let me know. Let me know. And let's rock and roll. Locked and loaded. Wop, 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 wop. Jitty, mess them up. That's what I'm saying. Oh my God, my legs are like completely numb, so I'm going to undo my lotus. Oh, I think that's good. I'll put a little pressure on the knees. Oh, I love it. I love the pain. They say no pain, no glory. Scott Besson. What up, Scott? That's like the Trump administration guy, right? Olive oil's getting the money. The big bucks, like the eggs. Do you know last 2 times I went to Costco, no eggs. 0 eggs. I got 0 eggs in the house. I don't know what to do. I'm like convincing Nippinator, start producing me some eggs, Nip, or hit the streets. Go get a job. Help support the family. Nippinator, you've been living off of our resources for years. The least you can do is produce us some eggs, Nippinator. Nip's like, but dogs don't produce eggs, JV. And I'm like, figure it out. Where there is a will, there is a way, Nippinator. I love JV's espresso glass. Empty, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Every drip counts. I'm with the bit drip. Excellent. Excellente. Our Costco has eggs. Well, my Costco, I must be shopping on the wrong day because they're always sold out. Last 2 times at least. However, I can still find eggs in the grocery store. I hate just doing multiple stops for shopping, though. So usually I'm like, I'm going to Costco for this week, and then next week I'll be like, I'm going to the local supermarket. But the last 2 times I did a Costco run anticipating there to be eggs, nothing. So I haven't been eating my eggs, but it is what it is. That's why I'm trying to convince Nip, produce me some eggs, bro. Figure it out. At least on the mainland. I can't grow oil trees, hey? No free-range chicken in the PR? I didn't say that. They have all types of eggs, organic, free-range, you name it. It's just sometimes they sell out. It's a hot commodity. Like they say, unvaxxed sperm and eggs are the new Bitcoin. Just as scarce. Dude, same. Shit. Unacceptable. And where do you live again, Matt? Welcome, Chris Robinson. What to do? You may have to ask them what they... Exactly. That's probably what I got to do, but it sounds like a lot of work. I'm just going to buy eggs somewhere else. My Costco is Thursday. Oh, wow. At least you know. Well, on the plus side, I get some fresh organic produce, which I love, like blueberries and stuff like that. I always load up when I go there. But anyways, time's a flying. So let's transition into the next story of the day, shall we, bitty broskies, bitty baddies, holding it down. Happy Mother's Day. All right, fam, now for our feature story of the day. Twitter's founder, the infamous Jack Dorsey, warns investors that Bitcoin could be on its way to hitting $1 million. That's right. We're talking 1 million per coin. So let's break down the latest from the man with the pie May beard. Silicon Valley circles have long viewed Dorsey as the next Steve Jobs. Some people genuinely believe it's Satoshi Nakamoto. Let me know if you ever heard that theory. Because his tech powers are in the same league. Twitter has changed the world, and Dorsey's Square payments company, Cash App, was a very early corporate innovator in Bitcoin. And you always know he always walks around with the infamous Satoshi shirt, doesn't he? Way back in 2019, the Cash App started offering Bitcoin custody services that account holders could buy with their credit card. Let me know how many of you have ever purchased the pretty little bitty using the Cash App. And you got to thank Jack Dorsey for that. Overnight, its users began doing a smaller scale precisely what made MicroStrategy, now known as Strategy B, a Wall Street sensation. More lately, today's Square is named Block. They did the rebrand. Its shares plunged 20% to start off the new month of May. Dorsey warned investors of turbulent times ahead for the U.S. consumer strength. Ironically, while that's not good news for Block's business model, it could be the catalyst that drives the Bitcoin price to 1 million per coin. So let's entertain it, shall we? After Block's earnings report, the CEO of one of the largest payment processing apps in the world said consumer spending has shifted dramatically, quoting him here. This coincided with the inflows coming in below our expectations. During the quarter, non-discretionary Cash App card spend in areas like grocery and gas was more resilient, which, while we saw a more pronounced impact on discretionary spending in areas like travel and media, we believe this consumer softness was a key driver to our forecast miss. I dare say the consumer softness is because they're trying to turn the world gay. We've had enough of the clown world. All I'm saying. The cutbacks on spending drove lower sales in Q1, which saw the U.S. economy shrink for the first quarter in 3 years. And if it happens for a second quarter in a row, it meets the most commonly used definition of a recession by former economists. Let me know if you feel the USA is likely trending into a recession. As a result, the central banks is apt to cut the interest rates to get the business going again. A CNBC survey recently revealed rate cuts likely this year due to the wobbling economy. Why so wobbly? It's not like we're spinning on an axis or anything. Just saying. That could be what launches the Bitcoin price to the million level. According to Jack Dorsey, I mean, what does Jack know? He only started embracing Bitcoin at around the time Satoshi introduced it, but I digress. When the Fed cut rates in 2007 and 08, Bitcoin started operating for the first time. During the ensuing multi-year low-interest late regime, the bitty price soared from 1/1000th of a penny to 20,000. So keep that in mind. Bitcoin went from 1/1000th of a penny in 2009 to 20,000 per coin in 2017. So that's what? Literally 9 years, 8 years. Crazy. And by then, the Fed had raised rates again and the Bitcoin price had crashed. It began to recover after the Fed slashed rates again in 2020 and then soared to a new record high of 69,000. It seemed like yesterday, November of 2021. And ironic, that's around when Ethereum hit the current all-time high of 4,500 and Ether has since to recover from the previous all-time high. The landscape seems rather similar now, wouldn't you say? But the bitty price is actually well above 100, even after the Fed's third consecutive refusal to lower the rates, and the landscape has changed drastically. And then there was a previous headline literally 1 year ago. Here's when Bitcoin price will skyrocket to 1 million per coin, according to Jack Dorsey. So yeah, Dorsey told Solana that he believes the crypto can soar to at least 1 million by 2030. So that's the particular date, stating there's a high probability if it hits that number, it goes above and beyond. But also keep in mind, we had a much different Bitcoin landscape geopolitically. We didn't have nations like the United States already signed executive order from Trump. We didn't have the strategic Bitcoin reserve. There's been so much more institutional bullishness since he initially made the first $1 million prediction. So just keep that in mind. That likely tells me we're most likely to hit $1 million a lot sooner than 2030. But you guys, let me know your thoughts and I'll read your comments out loud. And welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. We have 1,888 live viewers collectively. We're still streaming live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. Happy Mother's Day. And if you're a mother and I haven't wished you a personal Happy Mother's Day, put a 1 in the live chat. I'm happy to do so. I don't remember much about it. I was a kid, but the eggs for the blast every day. I remember Halloweens. We used to buy cartons of eggs. You guys remember those days? Lots of toilet paper as well. We used to call it TPing. Later, I took care of the few hundred chickens as part of my caretaking duties on the farm. Stayed for the while. I have to say I didn't like them, but they are an efficient food producer. Tammy, I saw when you put the eggs and put them in the glass jar with a lid and is that pickle juice for a hydrated lime? They're supposed to last up to 2 years. Wow. If anyone knows if that's true, it would be our oracle. Yo, fam, happy Mother's Day to all the mamas. Shout out Husker Daco. Appreciate you tuned in. Welcome everyone to the live stream. Big news coming out of Ireland. Potential strategic Bitcoin reserve. At least the conversation is open to entertainment. Let's get it. Welcome, James Smith. What it do? And again, welcome everyone joining us. Let's get it.
How strong, yeah, we built it this way. No one to hold them, yeah, we're holding, never folding.
I've always been a rapper, honky cracker, but now I'm a pastor, Bitcoin stacker. Now I'm a master of the Bitcoin standard. Hit 'em up faster than the Bitcoin panda. You can't touch me with your shitcoin flow. Like, do you even Bitcoin, bro? Let me know. Welcome to the Bitcoin show. Now listen up closely, low-key, stacking BTC like Satoshis. In El Salvador with my Bitcoin broskies, raising up the video like Gohan. Living in a hollow house, we're not the pawns.
Look at that, getting support. Let's go New York. Knickerbockers in the building, representing the Brunson. Let's go, baby. Let's show Portnoy and his Boston Celtics who's the real boss. Mr. Cabbage Hands. Just saying, sports your Knicks. Cheers, brother. And thanks, Chandy, for all the love. Just catching up with the repost then. Max also knows keeping it fair. Absolutely. Biddy up, bang, bang, baby. Let's get it. I actually got attacked one night. The chicken house had the rafters. I didn't realize the chickens would go up that night. I went in, no chickens in the egg boxes. I shined the light. Good Lord. What's the second best crypto asset? You want to know what the second best is? Let's resurrect baby Saylor.
Bitcoin. What's the second best? There is no second best.
There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin. And it goes the doing, doing, doing. If you don't know, now you know. Shout out Jesse Oro. What it do, brother? Attack of the zombie chickens. That's right. You ever see chickens running around with their head chopped off? Just run. It's not a good sight. I'm just saying. The Knicks and the T-Wolves for the champ. Oh, word. Are the T-Wolves really good this year? Looks like we're up to 1,900. Nice, nice, nice. Pretty little bitty continuing the pump. Bitcoin is for the kids. Speaking about the kids, has anyone seen the Bitcoin kids? I can't find them.
We're Bitcoin kids. We're Bitcoin kids. Cutie little kitty bitty sack stacking kids. Bitcoin kids. We're Bitcoin kids. Cutie little kitty bitty sack stacking kids. But we appreciate our BTC education. We want to learn, we listen up, inheriting Bitcoin dedication. We know the dollar depreciates, but the bitty appreciates and we love them. They are our financial security and how to earn financial freedom. Self-custody, little BTC gangsters. Fiat is not for us, we aren't pranksters. Bitties are our best shot at more toys and achieving.
What about the Bitcoin kids? Silly rabbit, Bitcoin's for kids.
Our dreams, we are ahead of our class. We're cool kids and on the Bitcoin team. We know those shiny bitty sats, yeah, we need them. We want to lead our generation from poverty to prosperity. Yeah, we're gonna lead Bitcoin kids. We're Bitcoin kids.
Got a mission requirement? Be sure to hit the like and hold the helm for the quarter deck. Hold fast, enjoy the rest of the weekend, and happy Mother's Day. Thank you, Greg.
Cutie little kitty bitty sat stacking kids. Bitcoin kids. We're Bitcoin kids. Cutie little kitty bitty sat stacking kids. Shout out to all the Bitcoin papas and all the Bitcoin mamas. We Bitcoin kids rocking Bitcoin pajamas. We got the Bitcoin knowledge, cause we are Bitcoin scholars. No need to go to college, that's my papa's promise. Unless I really wanna. But right now the floor is lava. That's where I throw my dollars. Scouts honor. Bitcoin kids. We're Bitcoin kids. Cutie little kitty bitty sat stacking kids.
These kids got bars, don't they? Bitcoin rockets are being fueled and prepared for the launch this week through the firmament above the water-filled skies.
Bitcoin kids. They're Bitcoin kids. Cutie little kitty bitty sack stacking kids. Shout out to Jack Mallers and all my Bitcoin ballers. We are the well-taught future shot callers. Popping Bitcoin collars. Playing cops and robbers. Spending papa's dollars. More money, more problems. But Bitcoin solves them. We're Bitcoin kids. They're Bitcoin kids. Cutie little kitty bitty sack stacking kids. Bitcoin kids. They're Bitcoin kids. Cutie little kitty bitty sack stacking kids. We have no trust.
For fiat is so sus, so we traded all our dollars for Robux. Go us.
We're 5th level fast at learning, we're robust. Stacking the bitty, we won't budge. No FUD, can never stop us, we're so loved. Growing up, just like the Bitcoin is going up. Blowing up, playing with our friends and showing up. Soaking up all the biddies we've woken up. Loaded up,
Stacking the biddies like coconuts. Like open up your chakras and close them shut. Spoken of
the holy gospel
from up above.
Token of
Appreciation like puppy love.
Bitcoin kids,
We're the future of money, huh?
We're
Bitcoin kids.
They're Bitcoin kids.
Classic. Bitcoin kids are so cute. Cheers. I just don't have the heart to harvest animals. I am a hypocrite because I eat them. I stick to the veggies and the berries. At least you're honest. Not everybody has a stomach for that, I would assume.
Cutie little kitty bitty sack stacking kids. Bitcoin kids. They're Bitcoin kids. Cutie little kitty bitty sack stacking kids. We are the Bitcoin kids. We are 5th level G bonafide recipients of generational wealth. Blessed and impressed by our moms and our dads because they are inspirational and stacking sacks so stealth. We're
The Bitcoin kids. Shout out all the Bitcoin kids and all the Bitcoin mamas. And welcome those joining. This is the Q&A segment of the stream. We're done with the news, so feel free to share anything, and I'll do my best to read the comments. And if you want to participate in the comment and feed, the feed is coming from the YouTube channel. We are streaming, so a lot of you, the most of you, are actually watching on X. But if you want to interact in the chat, we use the YouTube feed because the commenting is superior on the YouTube community. The commenting for a live stream straight up sucks and is too difficult for the average person to use on X. That's why we use multiple platforms. Bitcoin kids will have Bitcoin yachts by the time they're my age. If they love the water, maybe. If the firmament is real, does that mean we live in a flat Earth? It's perspective, because you got to keep in mind, Earth is only flat on the surface from what we can see. Meaning, the Earth is obviously underneath what we can see. And also, if there's an invisible firmament, it can have that globe-like shape. So it's kind of a trick question. It's, quite honestly, it is a trick question. The truth is, I don't know what shape the Earth is. It depends upon what perspective you look at it at and define it as. But I genuinely do not believe anything we are taught since we're young children. So if they go out of their way to teach us the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour through infinite space, and NASA literally means to deceive in Hebrew, and their logo is a snake, a venomous snake with a lizard slit tongue, I question that. Do they have our best interests at hand? Also, how was NASA formed? Has anyone even did that research? Do you know where they came from? Do you even understand that? Do you know, did you guys see recently Elon is saying the sun is getting closer and closer or something, and the entire Earth is going to be destroyed, and that we need to create civilization on Mars? Does anyone actually believe this bullshit? Genuine question. Let me know. But this is what they're pushing now. We need to create civilization on Mars before the Earth is destroyed by the burning of the sun. What the fuck are you smoking, Elon? This guy. Meanwhile, let's continue to just pretend to send women into space with the most flimsy hatch any human being has ever seen. Doesn't even look real, and they're not even trying to make it look real. They just think we're retarded. Oh, let's see if they buy it. But thank God, Katy Perry opened the door prematurely. Joke's on you, Katy. Joke's on you. DeFi education. If the Earth were to be sitting on a flat surface, would it roll or stay put? That's a fantastical question, NFL fan. I'm a firm believer in God's word. I believe in what the Bible tells us. And did you know that the Bible has 36 references to dragons? Want to know what there's 0 references of? Dinosaurs. Zero. Nada. Dinosaurs didn't even exist in old school dictionaries. They didn't exist in the Bible. No other ancient civilization was talking about dinosaurs. But want to know what they were all talking about? Dragons. 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 Meaning dragons once lived amongst men. And one of the references is Leviathan in the Bible. So going back to the conversation of the earth. In Genesis, God clearly states, I'm paraphrasing, I don't have the Bible in front of me, but I've done my research. The earth shall not move. The earth is permanent. It cannot move. So if the earth can't move, why do the scientists got to tell us that we were created from a big bang that destroyed the dinosaurs and that dragons are just a mystical creature that never existed? It's like, if they go out of their way to teach us this shit, I just question why. And then I come to the conclusion. They don't want us to believe God is real. They don't want us to believe in God's word and God's promises. They don't want us to believe in the word of the Bible, and they don't want us to even believe God exists. In fact, they have convinced the children of this world that we come from fucking monkeys through evolution. Meaning, a human is just a future monkey. No divine creator. We're monkeys in a circus. And Elon's the ringleader. Ringling Brothers. Crazy, right? I'm a big fan of the Bible as well, but I interpret it with prayer and words and less important than the meaning. God made us in his own image. Facts. Facts. Adam and Eve. Notice it's not Adam and Steve, Big Mike. You guys see Obama? Barack was given Big Mike some Mother's Day love. I had to troll. I couldn't help myself. I said, happy Father's Day in advance, Big Mike. I believe science and religion and spirituality, the metaphysical, are all completely consistent. It is our ignorance that makes the people think you have to choose. I saw where they are going to try to block the sun. They're already doing that. What do you think chemtrails are doing? Block the sun because then you're more likely to get sick. No vitamin D3. And they want you to believe the sun is so poisonous, you're gonna get the big C from the sun. No, you're gonna increase and boost your immune system so that the lizard folk can't control and conquer. So yeah, chemtrails, a part of the big, agenda is to block the sun, 100%. Big Mike, that's my man. You're my man, Big Mike. Happy Father's Day, brother. Mike is gonna kick your ass. I'd challenge him to a fight. Let's go, Big Mike. We'll keep it civil. I'll challenge Big Mike to a chess match. Let's go. Okay, sunflower petunias need the sunshine for my happy endorphins in the brain. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. And I wouldn't put it past them. They're evil mofos. They're Satanists. Unfortunately, the earth realm is ran by the Satanists. That's why it's up to us to call them out in their shit and to spread God's word, right? Mike's going to let him kick my arse. Good luck, Big Mike. They just admitted it in the UK. What'd they admit to, bro? Pump it up. Oracle, answer the phone.
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
Let's get it. 2100 on the live stream. Not too shabby. And again, happy Mother's Day, ladies.
Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
We're pumping it up right now, live and in the flesh. Mike would win Slap World Championship. the Slap World Champion. He might be a heavyweight UFC champion. He could be a double champ. I mean, the build of that guy is like... I've never seen a back like that. Like Big Mike. Wouldn't chemtrails impact the people in charge of leaving them? There's probably particular lands where the controllers of the world live that are not being chemtrailed. Put two and two together. It could even be on the other side of the ice wall. Maybe there's like, fuck the earth as they know it. We'll just keep our side here clean and Also, you got to remember there's everything they teach us about the earth and science is wrong. You know, they teach us there's the core, there's this layer, like an onion, there's this layer. Everything's bullshit. Do you know there's underground cities connecting the underground worlds? There's no telling what's under there. And that's a fact, Jack. That's not debatable. You know what I mean? So the true nature of the earth, we don't know because they would never tell us the truth. They don't even want us to believe there's a divine creator. They want us to believe we're just some random accident in infinite space. They want us to believe there's infinite life forms of civilization like humans. There's more planets than grains of sand on the earth in space. It's like the magician trick. Look in space. Space is real. Space. Katy Perry's in space, 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 space. Meanwhile, we want the secrets here on earth. What's on the other side of the ice wall, motherfuckers? Let's talk about that. Why is there an international treaty where no man can see what's on the other side? What other lands are there on this flat surface that isn't spinning and is stationary, that you're hiding from us and pointing to the space? So all the attention's on space, which is a fucking psyop. That's all I'm saying. Why do they have to fake the moon landing? Why? Because you can't go to the moon. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. You can't leave the firmament. Space is not real. You're exactly right, JV. Shout out, Tammy. I feel fortunate to live where I do. Very few chemtrails, but I do believe it is being done. Oh, it's absolutely. It's funny how we freak out with the chemtrails, yet people eat McDonald's. Exactly. Exactly. T-Wolves are solid, by the way. Anthony Edwards is amazing. Why haven't they opened up Fort Knox? I want the audit. They're probably replacing all the gold, which has been missing for 50 years, so that they can make an audit and make it look real. This is my assumption, but what do I know? There has to be a reason they haven't audited it in over 50 years, clearly. And they're corrupt motherfuckers. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. So to think the people in control of the world aren't doing some shady shit when it comes to our money, do we trust them when it comes to money? Do we trust central bankers? Do we trust politicians? Do we trust the lizard folk? No. So anything to do with money, don't trust them. In fact, trust nothing to do with your health, your money, your science, nothing. If they spoke any truth, I'd entertain it. But the fact they just blatantly lie, and I can recognize the lies, I can recognize these soulless motherfuckers a mile away. I'm calling you out, Gensler, motherfucker. But let me calm down. It's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, ladies. Happy Mother's Day, Gensler's mama. The UK just admitted sun dimming. It is sick. It's sickening. Only Bitcoin can go to the moon. The agenda is, hate to say it, but it couldn't be more clear. It's population control. That's the nice way of saying they're trying to eliminate the human race. They're trying to merge us with AI in a very small population in which they can still control, and Elon is at the helm of that agenda. So I don't trust fucking Elon at all. He's trying to merge humans with AI while pretending space is real and that Earth is going to get destroyed and we need to move to Mars. Yet people praise him. We love our Teslas. Bullshit. The Bible's the only truth. F the lizard folk. In fact, let's strike the gong while the broskies hit the bongski. They bought gold back with Rouse. You're exactly right, JV. Right on it. Thank you, Tammy. Respect. Respect. Yeah, personally, Tesla can be a great car, but I just don't support the lizard folk agenda, and I personally have nothing but bad vibes against Elon. Always have from day one. Like when Max and Stacy introduced the Fuck Elon tour, I was celebrating it. It's like, you fuck Elon tour, let's go. You know what I mean? Never trusted him. He's, in my opinion, a fraud. He's not a genius as they paint him out to be. Nor was Einstein, who gets all the credit. He just happened to be a Freemason. And instead of glorifying Nikola Tesla, we're fucking glorifying the Freemasons and the folk controlled or ran by the lizard folk. Elon. That's exactly right. Brent Garrett. What would Brent say there? Let me see here. Data. Okay, I respect your opinions, but I'm a big fan of the space program potential. I looked through too many celestial bodies through telescopes to take the firmament serious. You can believe in God. Well, everything, the firmament theory is all the celestial heavenly bodies are within the firmament. There's nothing outside the firmament because as is below is above as per the Bible. So all the celestial bodies are the things rotating like the sun, the moon, etc. The earth is stationary. We're not spinning. If we were spinning, there would be evidence that we're actually spinning and there's motion, yet we live on a motionless earth. Motionless earth. And that's not even debatable. And just use your own intuition and common sense. Just go outside, sit down, and meditate. And tell me if you're spinning or not. Simple. You don't need a book. You don't need school. You don't need a scientist or doctor to be like, yo, we're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, and the moon is 10 billion miles away. No, the sun and the moon are both local because everything is within and contained within the firmament as per God's word. Do you think God lied in the Bible? Or what's your explanation for all of God's words in Genesis and the true nature of the earth? How do you know the firmament is not light years away? The scriptures talk about the atmosphere, the oceans, the firmament might be at the edge of the universe. I guess we would never know because we can't visit Antarctica, so it remains a mystery. In fact, 2:38, Peter tells the people gathered on the day of the Pentecost to repent and baptize every one of you in the name of Jesus for the remission of sins, and you shall receive the gift. Amen. JV preach. Shout out Brent. I spent $1,000 on tires for the car. Yeah, yo. For me, I don't know why tires got so expensive. I think it's the type of tire you need for your car, but for me, it's always $2,000. I think I got all new tires a few months ago, and it was like, wow, it's like $2,200, meaning each tire is practically $500. Inflation. No space station, no space station, no space station. Interesting. Let's get it. Anyways, again, welcome everyone joining us. Happy Mother's Day. We're celebrating. No Satan.
Attention, shut Bitcoin army, listen up. Huddle gang, rise up. We go left, right, left. Bitcoin is the IQ test. They bound us in chains, we broke them with blocks. Ghosts of Satoshi pop the locks. Bitcoin goes
From back was the high.
Another interesting coincidence that the firmament resembles that of the eye. I just wanted to share that. That was actually kind of interesting because the eye kind of has a little firmament. But that's an example, of the flat earth. Notice all the celestial bodies are within the firmament because the firmament can't be penetrated. And how do you guys that don't believe in the firmament explain all the video footage of rockets exploding and bouncing off the firmament, including independent scientists funding their own mission? We can't trust anything NASA tells us. Can we all agree on that? Yeah, it's a Nazi-created space station that was created by Nazis. Werner Van Braun, you ever look on his tombstone? There's a Bible quote. Someone look that up and read me that Bible quote and what it says. And he was the head of the NASA at the time before he passed, by the way. JB, that is so expensive for the tires. I think it's because they're run flats, and that's just what they cost at the Benz dealership. What about the Book of Enoch? Oh, yeah. What about the Book of Enoch? Why wasn't that included in the whatever James version that is the standardized version, the King James? That's right. What about the giants, the Nephilim, right? The Watchers, all quoting roughly the Book of Enoch. I definitely believe in the giants. There's even giant references in the Bible. David and Goliath, example, right? So very fascinating. Book of Enoch, absolutely fantastic. Children of the light, own the biddy. We can see here, we're not programmable, we are the chosen ones. Amen. No frozen funds with the motherfucking chosen ones. With biddy.
Eyes, we found the flame. Mountain cities, tiny towns, forged together with the orange race.
I'm a member of the Huddle Gang.
In the Bitcoin army.
A bull stacking sats, guarding calmly. Orange pilled, wearing biddy camo swagger. Roller coaster junkie with a BTC dagger. Came from the silence.
Woods know my name.
Cabin on the edge, owls call me to my claim. Quartz in the rock, fire in my chest. Left, 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 right, left. They can't decode what the spirit encrypted, no backdoor hack.
Shout out Chandy 10, love the Bitcoin Army track. Speaking of the eye, God gave us brains and eyes, and we know that if there is a firmament, it is not at the edge of the Earth's atmosphere, it is called the edge of the heaven. It is not anywhere close. Thank you, Data. Happy Sunday, fun day. Shout out to the Hairy Balls. Welcome, brother. I maintain the science and religion are consistent if your eyes are open. It's not about the physical eyes. The physical eyes that you're looking at right now are so fucking limited, it's not even funny. You can't even see a sound wave because your eyes are that limited. We have a very limited perspective, but want to know what sees all? The third eye, your pineal gland. And one could awaken the pineal gland. Once you awaken the pineal gland, you'll never see the things the same way they once were when you perceive them through the matrix. It's the uncovering of the veil, and you want to uncover the veil, you awaken the pineal gland, which is the third eye. And then you know everything. You don't have to physically see anything. You just have knowing, because we're divine creators. We were created in God's image. And that's the real deal, the pineal gland. Look that one up, broskies. And skate liver oil, FYI, is rocket fuel for the pineal gland. And also, during sleep, we produce something called DMT, naturally, dimethyltryptamine. And good point, JV. And it's kind of like what I was talking about. The firmament is in a different dimension. And yeah, the rockets probably can't get there, but that has nothing to do with the space program. In my opinion, the space programs are there to deceive you and extract trillions of dollars in taxpayer dollars. Why they deceive you and disgrace God and his glory. I'm sticking to it. Thank you. I once did a video 15, 20 years ago on the pineal gland. It was my first viral video I ever created, multiple millions of views. And I uncovered the conspiracy theory behind it. And I know for a fact skate liver oil is like rocket fuel for the third eye and the pineal gland. It was a supplement I was taking long ago. And you can also naturally open, obviously, your pineal gland or your third eye through meditation or any of the arts such as yoga, qigong, tai chi, that are the breathing techniques that raise the vibration and the consciousness. Same thing with the gong strikes. Look at the nipinator. Nipinator indicator, cuteness overload. This gong strikes for the nip. Exactly, Husker. The earth is motionless, just like Joe Biden. Couldn't have said it better. But anyways, fam, greatly appreciate you guys. 2,200 people on the live stream. We had a fantastic stream today. Wishing everyone, again, happy Mother's Day. Show your moms some extra love. And tomorrow, early stream. We're back at the early schedule for the new week. So it's going to be a 1 p.m.er. I appreciate it. Make it a great day. Deuces.